The big ship moved away from the small moon. Inside the ship, the Tyranny aliens were leaving. They did not look back. They did not care about what they left behind. Chained to a small broken ship on the moon's surface was Neri. She was not a normal wolf. Her fur was silver blue and seemed to shine like tiny stars. The Tyranny had made her in their labs. They had changed her from a normal animal into something new. She was smart, almost as smart as a person. She could think and feel deeply. Next to Neri were 3 small pups. They were very young, only a few weeks old. Their names were Duri, Bin, and Ju. They had the same shiny fur as their mother. They huddled close to her, scared and cold in the thin air of the moon. The Tyranny had made Neri and others like her to be war animals. They wanted them to fight and kill on command. They made them able to live in harsh places where normal animals would die. They made them smart enough to follow orders, but not smart enough to question them. But something went wrong with the Tyranny plan. Neri and the others became too smart. They had feelings. They cared about each other. They did not want to hurt other living things without a good reason. The Tyranny were angry about this. Useless. The Tyranny leader had said yesterday, "They will not kill when we tell them to." They ask why. Animals should not ask why. What should we do with them? Another Tyranny had asked. Leave them here, the leader had answered. Chain them to the old ship. If they are so smart, let them figure out how to survive. If they die, they die. The project is over. Now the Tyranny ship was leaving. It got smaller and smaller in the sky. Then it flashed bright and was gone, jumping to a far part of space. Neri watched it go. She felt sadness and fear, but also a small feeling of hope. The Tyranny were cruel. Maybe without them, she and her pups could find a better life. But first, they had to survive. The chain around her neck was strong. The air was thin. It was hard to breathe. The pups were hungry. There was no food and no water. The moon was mostly empty rock. Neri tried to break the chain. She pulled and bit at it, but it was too strong. The more she fought, the tighter it got around her neck. She howled in pain and anger, but no sound came out. There was not enough air to carry her voice. Duri, the biggest pup, tried to help his mother. He bit at the chain too, but his teeth were too small and soft. Bin and Ju cried softly, pressing against Neri's warm side. Night came to the moon. It got very cold. Neri curled her body around her pups to keep them warm. She worried they would not live to see the morning. They were all getting weaker by the hour. As the pups fell asleep, Neri looked up at the stars. So many lights in the darkness. Were they all as cruel as the Tyranny? Or was there someone out there who might help? She did not know if anyone would come. She did not know if they could survive until tomorrow. All she could do was try to keep her pups alive through the long, cold night and hope that something would change. As she closed her eyes, a small light appeared in the sky. It was moving. It was coming closer to the moon. It was not a star. It was a ship, but not a Tyranny ship. This one was smaller and had a different shape. Neri did not know if this meant good or bad news. She just watched as the light grew bigger. Dr. Hae-jin Kim sat alone in his small office. He looked at the pictures of Earth on his wall and felt sad. He should have been working at a big research center on Earth or one of the main colony planets. Instead, he was here on this empty moon called Outpost Epsilon. Hae-jin was a vet who knew how to take care of animals from many planets. He had studied for years to learn about the bodies of different kinds of alien animals. He was very good at his job. But one day he saw something wrong and spoke up about it. Those tests are hurting the alien creatures, he had told his bosses at the big space company. They feel pain just like Earth animals do. We need to stop. His bosses did not like what he said. They sent him far away to this small mining outpost where almost nothing happened. Now his job was to study the small animals that lived on the moon and make sure they did not harm the miners. Another boring day. Hae-jin said to himself as he got into his small ship. The ship was made for looking at the moon's surface. It had good tools for finding animals. "Min, let's go check the east side today," he said to his computer helper. Min was an AI that helped him with his work. "Yes, Dr. Kim," Min said. "I have found strange life signs near the old Tyranny landing area. They are not like anything in our records." Jin was surprised. The Tyranny were aliens who did not like humans much. They had used this moon sometimes, but had not been back for months. Probably just some space rats that came on a trading ship, Jin said. Space rats were animals that traveled on ships without anyone knowing. They could live in many places where normal animals could not. The small ship flew low over the rocky ground. There was not much to see, just rocks and dust, and a few small bushes that the human settlers had planted. When they got to the Tyranny landing area, Jin saw something that made him stop the ship right away. "Min, are you seeing this?" he asked. His voice was quiet with shock. On the ground was a small Tyranny ship. It looked old and broken. But that was not the shocking part. Chained to the side of the ship were 4 animals. They looked a bit like wolves from Earth, but their fur was a strange silver-blue color that seemed to glow a little. 1 big wolf and 3 small ones. They were not moving much. Jin checked his air reader. The air outside was very thin. Not enough for most animals to breathe well. "They should be dead," he said. "How are they still alive?" He looked closer through the ship's window. The big wolf raised its head and looked right at him. Its eyes were bright and clear. Jin felt a chill. Those were not the eyes of a normal animal. There was something in them that seemed almost human. "Those are not normal wolves," Min said. "Their body readings show they are breathing the thin air. They have been changed somehow." "Tyranny experiments," Jin said softly. "They must have made these creatures in their labs." Jin thought for a moment. He should report this to his bosses. The rules said any Tyranny technology or property should be reported right away. But then the big wolf made a small movement. She placed her body over the smaller wolves, as if trying to protect them. One of the small wolves was very still. Jin made his decision. "Min, prepare the rescue equipment," he said. "And do not tell anyone what we found. Not yet." He put on his spacesuit and got ready to go outside. He did not know what these wolf creatures were, but he knew they needed help. And helping animals in need was the reason he had become a vet in the first place. Jin stepped out of his ship onto the moon's rocky ground. The thin air would not hurt him inside his spacesuit. He moved slowly toward the broken ship and the wolf creatures. The big wolf watched him come. Her eyes never left him. When he got close, maybe 10 steps away, she made a low growling sound. She moved her body to stand between him and the small wolves. One of the small wolves was not moving much at all. Jin stopped. He knew about wild animals from Earth. When they feel trapped and scared, they can be very dangerous. These were not Earth animals, but he thought they might act the same way. "I need to show her I am not a danger," he said to himself. He moved very slowly. He put down his tool bag on the ground. Then he sat down too. He did not look right at the wolf but kept his eyes a little to the side. Looking right at wild animals can make them feel that you want to fight. For a long time, no one moved. The wolf kept growling, but she did not try to attack. Jin just sat there, being calm and quiet. After a while, the wolf stopped growling. She was still watching him, but her body seemed less ready to fight. "Good," Jin said softly. "Now we are making progress." He opened his bag very slowly and took out his scanner. It was a tool that could tell him about the health of an animal without touching it. He pointed it at the wolves and looked at the screen. "This is very strange," he said. The scanner showed that the wolves had special cells in their bodies that could use the little bit of air on the moon. No Earth animal could do that. But even with those special cells, they were not getting enough air. They were slowly dying. "I need to get you out of here," Jin said to the wolf. But first I need to free you from that chain. He took out another tool. It was a laser cutter that could cut through metal. He looked at the wolf and spoke in a soft, kind voice. I am not going to hurt you. I want to help. This will make a bright light and some noise, but it will free you. The wolf seemed to listen to his words. She did not understand the words, but she might understand his kind voice. Hajin moved closer, one small step at a time. The wolf did not growl again. When he was close enough, he started to cut the chain with his laser tool. The chain was made of very strong metal. It took a long time to cut through. All the time, Hajin talked softly to the wolf. You are a smart one, are you not? You know I am trying to help. Just a little longer, and you will be free. At last the chain broke. The wolf was free. The Jinn stepped back, not sure what she would do. The wolf did not run away. She did not attack him. Instead, she turned to her pups. One by one, she gently pushed them with her nose. The two stronger ones stood up on shaky legs. The third one, the one who had not been moving much, did not get up. The mother wolf made a sad, soft sound. She licked the still pup's face. The pup moved just a little bit, but did not get up. Hajin knew he had to act fast. The pup was very close to dying. Let me help, he said, moving slowly toward them. The mother wolf looked at him. Then, to his surprise, she stepped back a little, as if letting him come to her pup. Hajin picked up the weak pup very gently. It was cold and breathing in small, weak breaths. We need to get all of you into my ship, he said. There is good air in there, food, water, and I can help this little one. The mother wolf seemed to understand. When Hajin started walking back to his ship, carrying the weak pup, she followed him. The other two pups walked shakily behind her. Inside the ship, Hajin closed the door. Fresh air filled the space. He put the weak pup on a small table and quickly gave it medicine to help it breathe better. The mother wolf and the other pups breathed deeply in the good air. Their eyes looked bright. Getting the wolf family into his private lab was not hard. Not many people worked at Outpost Epsilon. Most of the miners were busy in the deep tunnels. The few other scientists hardly ever left their own labs. Hajin had a small building all to himself. It was where he studied the moon's simple animals and plants. Now it had 4 very special guests. This is your new home for now, he told the wolf family as he showed them a room he had quickly made for them. He had put soft blankets on the floor and bowls of water in the corner. The mother wolf, who Hajin now called Nari, walked around the room, sniffing everything. The 2 stronger pups, Duri and Bin, followed her. The smallest pup, Q, was still weak. Hajin had put him in a special warm bed with machines to help him breathe better. Ju will be okay, Hajin told Nari when she went to check on her small pup. He just needs rest and good food. For the next few days, Hajin spent all his time studying the wolves and taking care of them. He took small samples of their fur and blood to look at with his lab tools. What he found amazed him. Min, look at this, he said to his AI helper. Their cells are like nothing I have ever seen. Part animal, part something else. They were made in a lab, but they are more than just animals. Min looked at the test results on the screen. Their brains show very high activity, almost like human brains. Yes, said Hajin. I think they are smart. Very smart. Maybe as smart as people. Hajin decided to test how smart Nari was. He made a simple game with pictures on a screen. If Nari touched the right picture with her nose, she would get a treat. At first, the game was very simple. Just 2 pictures, food and no food. Nari learned in minutes. Then Hajin made the game harder. More pictures, more complex choices. Nari learned each new level quickly. By the 5th day, Nari could sort pictures into groups: food, danger, friend, home. She understood ideas that most Earth animals could not. This is amazing, Hajin told Min as they watched Nari play the game. She is learning faster than any animal I have ever seen." What happened next surprised him even more. Neri started to teach her pups the game. She would touch a picture, then gently push Duri or Bin toward the screen to do the same. "She is teaching them," He-Jin said in wonder, "just like a human mother would teach her children." By the end of the week, He-Jin had learned many things about the wolf family. Their bodies had been changed by the tyranny to live in harsh places. Their fur could help them breathe in thin air. Their bodies could go a long time without food or water. They could heal quickly from injuries. But the most amazing thing was their minds. They were not just smart animals. They seemed to understand things in a way that only people should. One night, He-Jin was working late in his lab. Neri came and sat next to him, watching him type on his computer. Her pups were asleep in their room, even little Ju, who was getting stronger every day. "You know what I am doing, do you not?" He-Jin said to Neri. "You are watching and learning, just like a person would." Neri looked at him with her bright, knowing eyes. He-Jin had an idea. He opened a new program on his computer. It showed simple pictures that people could use to talk to each other when they did not speak the same language. He touched a picture of himself, then a picture of a person helping another person. "I help you," the pictures meant. Neri looked at the screen for a long time. Then, slowly, she reached out her paw and touched a picture of several animals together, then a picture of an animal touching a person's hand. "We thank you," the pictures seemed to say. He-Jin felt a chill run down his back. Neri had not just matched his actions. She had used the pictures to share her own thoughts. "Min," he said quietly, "record everything. I think we just talked to each other." This was more than he had ever expected. The tyranny had not just made smart animals. They had made a new kind of thinking being. And He-Jin knew that this discovery would change everything. Weeks passed in the small lab at Outpost Epsilon. The wolf family grew stronger every day. Little Ju was now running and playing with his brother and sister. Their silver-blue fur grew thicker and shinier in the good air of the lab. But the biggest change was in how they talked with He-Jin. After that first night when Neri used the picture system, He-Jin worked hard to make it better. He added more pictures. He made the screen bigger so it was easier for Neri to touch with her paw. Soon, they could have simple talks. He-Jin would touch pictures, and Neri would answer with other pictures. It was slow, but it worked. "Where did you come from?" He-Jin asked one day, using pictures of a question mark and a house. Neri touched pictures of a star, a ship, and a glass box. "You were born on a ship, in a lab?" He-Jin said, understanding. Neri touched the pictures for yes, many, and like me. "There were many others like you?" He-Jin asked. Neri touched yes, then gone. It took many days of talking like this, but He-Jin learned their story. The tyranny had made Neri and others like her to be war animals. They wanted them to fight for the tyranny, to kill their enemies. But Neri and the others would not kill when told to. They asked why they should hurt others who had done nothing wrong. The tyranny were angry. They said the wolves were broken. They got rid of most of them. Only Neri and a few others were left when Neri had her pups. Then the tyranny left them all to die on the moon. They wanted killers, but made thinkers instead, He-Jin said to Min one night after the wolves were asleep. "They are not animals, not really. They are a new kind of people." As the weeks went by, He-Jin found himself talking to Neri more and more like she was a person. He would tell her about his day, about Earth, about why he was sent to this faraway moon. "I worked for a big company," he told her one night as they sat by the window looking at the stars. "They were hurting animals to test new medicines. I told them to stop. They sent me here to keep me quiet." Neri looked at him with her knowing eyes. She seemed to understand his words now, not just the pictures. He-Jin did not know how that was possible, but it felt right to talk to her. The pups were growing very fast. After just 1 month, They were twice as big as when He-Jin had found them, and they were so smart. They learned to use the picture system faster than Neri had. They could solve hard puzzles that He-Jin gave them. They played games that needed planning and thinking ahead. They are like 5-year-old children, He-Jin told Min, but they learn much faster than human children. One night, something strange happened. He-Jin was thinking about a hard problem with his work. He had not said anything out loud, but Neri came to him and touched pictures on the screen. Try other way. Try another way. He-Jin said, surprised. How did you know what I was thinking about? Nari just looked at him. He-Jin felt a strange feeling, like a soft touch inside his mind. It was not words, but he felt Neri was trying to tell him something. That night, He-Jin had a dream. In the dream, he saw through Neri's eyes. He felt what it was like to be chained to the ship, trying to keep her pups alive. He felt her fear, her hope when she saw him, her growing trust. When he woke up, he knew something very special was happening. Somehow, he and Neri were starting to share thoughts. Not all thoughts, not clearly, but something was growing between their minds. The tyranny made you to be weapons, he told Neri the next morning. But you are so much more than that. You are the start of something new in the galaxy, and I will help you, no matter what. Nari put her head against his hand. The feeling came again, stronger this time. Not words, but clear feelings. Trust, thanks, friendship. He-Jin knew then that his life had changed forever. He was no longer just a vet taking care of strange animals. He was the first human to talk with a new kind of thinking being. It was exciting and a little scary. What he did not know was that this was just the beginning. The bond between him and Neri would grow stronger. And soon, others would learn about the special wolves in his lab. Dr. Suk Park was the boss of Outpost Epsilon. She ran the mining operation and made sure all the scientists did their work. She was a busy woman with little time for small talk. Most days, she hardly left her office. But today was different. The power use reports on her screen showed something strange. Lab Building 3, where Dr. He-Jin Kim worked, was using twice as much power as normal. It had been this way for weeks now. What is that vet doing over there? She said to herself. Growing a forest. She checked the supply records. He-Jin had been taking extra food from the station kitchen. Lots of meat, which was hard to get on this faraway moon. He had also taken many blankets and heating units. Suk decided to see for herself what was going on. She walked across the small base to Lab Building 3. She used her boss key card to open the door without knocking. What she saw inside made her stop and stare. He-Jin was sleeping on a small bed in the corner of the main room, and sleeping next to him, curled up on the floor, were 3 young animals that looked like wolves. Their fur was a strange silver-blue color, and sitting alert by the bed, watching Suk with bright, intelligent eyes, was a larger wolf. The wolf did not growl or show its teeth. It just watched her. Its eyes did not look like animal eyes. They looked almost human. Suk gasped loudly. He-Jin woke up and sat up quickly. Dr. Park, I can explain, he said. Explain what? Suk said in a loud voice. Why you have dangerous animals in your lab? What are those things? They are not dangerous, He-Jin said. He stood up slowly. The big wolf, Nari, stood up too. They are special. Very special. Please, let me show you. But Suk was already walking toward them, anger on her face. Are those tyranny animals? You know the rules. Anything tyranny must be reported right away. They could be weapons or dangerous life forms. The big wolf did not run or hide as Suk came closer. Instead, one of the smaller wolves, Duri, moved toward Suk. Not in a mean way, but with what looked like interest. Duri, stay back, He-Jin said. But the young wolf did not listen. He walked right up to Suk and looked at her with his bright eyes. Then, before anyone could stop him, Duri touched his head to Suk's hand. What happened next changed everything. Sook felt a rush of pictures and feelings in her mind. She saw what it was like to be born in a cold lab, to be tested and trained to fight, to be left to die on a lonely moon. She felt fear and pain, but also hope and thanks when He-Jin saved them. It was like a story told without words, pushed right into her mind. Sook took a step back, her eyes wide with shock. They can put thoughts in our heads. What are these things? Not exactly thoughts, He-Jin said. He had seen the look on Sook's face and knew what had happened. More like feelings and pictures. They can share what they have seen and felt. It started with Nari and me a few weeks ago. The pups are just starting to do it now. This is impossible, Sook said, but her voice was softer now. I thought so too, at first, He-Jin said. But it is real. The tyranny made them to be weapons, but they are so much more. They are a new kind of thinking being, and they can connect with us in a way no one has ever seen before. Sook looked at Duri, who was still standing near her. The young wolf was watching her with those two smart eyes. You want me to keep this a secret, Sook said to He-Jin. That is why you did not report finding them. Yes, He-Jin said. At first I just wanted to help them. Then I started to learn how special they are. If the company finds out, they will take them away. Study them. Maybe hurt them. I could not let that happen. Sook was quiet for a long time. She was thinking about the rules, about her job, about what would happen if her bosses found out she had kept this secret. Then Duri touched her hand again. This time, the feeling was different. It was a question, a hope, a request for help. Sook looked at the wolf family. The mother, Nari, was now standing close to her pups, but not in a mean way. She was watching Sook, waiting to see what she would do. This changes everything, Sook said at last. If they can share thoughts and feelings like this, it is beyond anything we have ever found. Will you help us keep them safe? He-Jin asked. Before Sook could answer, an alarm sounded from the base computer system. A ship was coming. A big ship. Too late, Sook said, looking at the screen on the wall. Someone already knows. News about strange things travels fast, even far away in space. Within days, everyone at Outpost Epsilon knew about the special wolves in He-Jin's lab. Most of the miners and scientists came to see them. Many let Duri or one of the other pups touch them to share thoughts and feelings. No one told the company bosses back on Earth. The people at the outpost had made a choice to keep the secret together. They are not just animals, one miner said after Ben had shared thoughts with him. They understand things. They feel things. We cannot let the company take them. Even Sook Park, who always followed the rules, agreed to keep quiet. But someone had talked. Someone had sent a message when no one was looking. Far away on a big company ship called the Prometheus, a man named Tai-Jun was looking at a screen. The message on the screen told about the special wolves. Telepathic alien canids with human-level intelligence, Tai-Jun said with a cold smile. And they can share thoughts with humans. This is perfect for our weapons work. He turned to a woman standing nearby. Prepare a team. We need to get these creatures. Tell them we are going to Outpost Epsilon for a normal check. No one should know why we really come. The woman nodded and left to do as she was told. Tai-Jun looked back at the screen. Mind-sharing war beasts. Just think what we could do with an army of those. At the same time, far away in another part of space, a Tyranny scout ship got the same news. The Tyranny commander was not happy. The failed ones still live, and now they mixed their thoughts with humans. The commander's voice was angry. This is bad. Very bad. The joining of minds was not supposed to happen. It will change the humans in ways we do not want. The Tyranny ship changed course and moved fast toward Outpost Epsilon. Back at the outpost, He-Jin was working late in his lab. The wolf family was with him. The pups were playing a thinking game on a screen. Nari was sitting by the window, looking at the stars. Suddenly, Nari made a strange sound. Not a growl or a bark, but a high worried sound. "What is it?" He-Jin asked, going to her side. Nari looked at him. Then the feeling came into his mind. But this time it was not a memory or a simple feeling. It was a picture of something that had not happened yet. He-Jin saw ships coming to the outpost. He saw people in white lab coats taking the wolves away. He saw Tyranny soldiers with weapons. He saw fighting and blood. "You can see what will happen?" He-Jin asked in surprise. Nari touched his hand with her nose. More pictures came. Different ships, different people, but all ending the same way, bad way. "We need to leave," He-Jin said. He ran to his computer and called Suk Park. When her face appeared on the screen, she looked worried too. "I was just about to call you," she said. "We got a message. The company is sending a ship for a surprise check. They say it is normal, but it feels wrong." "It is wrong," He-Jin said. "They are coming for the wolves. Nari showed me. She can see things that have not happened yet. She can see the future." Suk's eyes got big. "How is that possible?" "I do not know," He-Jin said, "but I believe her. And there is more. The Tyranny are coming too." Suk was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "We need to get everyone together. Now, if what you say is true, we do not have much time." He-Jin looked at Nari, who was now standing by the door, as if ready to go. "The company ship will be here tomorrow," Suk said. "How long until the Tyranny come?" He-Jin did not need to ask Nari. Somehow he knew the answer was in his mind already. 3 days, he said. "We have 3 days to find a way out of this." What he did not say was the other thing he had seen in Nari's vision. Not just ships and fighting, but something bigger. A new kind of understanding between humans and the wolves. A change that would touch many worlds. But first, they had to survive what was coming. The company ship arrived the next day. It was much bigger than the small ships that usually came to the outpost. It landed on the main pad with a loud noise that shook the ground. When the doors opened, Director Tae-jun stepped out. He wore an expensive suit and had a cold smile. Behind him came 20 people in blue uniforms with the company logo. They carried cases with equipment, and some had small weapons at their sides. "Director Tae," Suk Park said, standing at the landing pad to meet them. "We did not expect such an important visit." "Just a routine check, Dr. Park," Ta said with his fake smile. "The company likes to make sure all our outposts are running well." "Of course," Suk said. "Let me show you around." But Ta was not interested in seeing the mining tunnels or the main buildings. "I hear you have some interesting research happening in the science labs. Why not start there?" Suk led him toward the lab buildings, walking slowly. She was trying to give He-Jin more time. The night before, all the people at the outpost had met in the big dining room. He-Jin had told them about the danger coming. Nari had been there too, touching people one by one, sharing her visions with them. "They want to take the wolves and use them as weapons," He-Jin had told everyone. "Both the company and the Tyranny. But these wolves are not weapons. They are thinking beings like us." The people had talked for hours. In the end, they all agreed to help, even those who had never met the wolves. The outpost was far from Earth. The people here had become like a family. They took care of each other. Now, as Suk walked with Tai toward the labs, she saw that the plan was working. People were coming out of buildings, walking slowly toward them. Miners, cooks, engineers, scientists. Soon, there were 50 people walking behind them. Tai turned around, looking confused. "What is this? Why are all these people following us?" "They want to see what happens," Suk said simply. When they reached Lab Building 3, Ta smiled again. "This is the one I want to see." The door opened. Inside, He-Jin was waiting with Nari beside him. The 3 pups sat behind them. "Ah, there they are," Ta said, his eyes fixed on the wolves. "The telepathic canids. Very impressive." They are not just test animals, He-Jin said. They are a new kind of thinking being. They have names. They have feelings. They can share thoughts. Yes, yes, very interesting, Ta said, not really listening. He turned to his team. Prepare the transport cages. We will take them back to the main research center. No, you will not, He-Jin said firmly. Ta looked surprised. Excuse me. These are company property now. The outpost and everything in it belongs to the company. We do not belong to the company, said a voice from behind Ta. It was Lin, one of the miners. And neither do they. Ta turned around. All the people from the outpost were there now, blocking the door, filling the space outside. This is foolish, Ta said, his voice getting hard. My team has weapons. You cannot stop us from taking these animals. They are not animals, said another voice. It was Ren, the head engineer. They are people, different from us, but still people. They shared their thoughts with us, said another worker. They showed us their lives, their hopes. We will not let you take them. Ta looked angry now. Step aside. That is an order. No one moved. This changes things, Ta said slowly. He was thinking fast. A tyranny ship coming meant trouble for the company too. As everyone stood there wondering what to do next, Nari walked up to Ta. She looked at him with her bright, knowing eyes. Stay back, Ta said, stepping away from her. But Nari did not touch him. Instead, she turned to He-Jin and touched his hand. He-Jin felt a new vision flowing into his mind. He saw ships, but not fighting this time. He saw people and tyranny talking. He saw a new kind of understanding. There is another way, He-Jin said. Nari is showing me. But we all need to work together. One of Ta's team reached for his weapon. But before he could grab it, Duri, the biggest pup, walked forward. He looked at the man and then touched his hand with his head. The man froze. His eyes went wide. Then, slowly, he took his hand away from his weapon. What are you doing? Tai asked sharply. Sir, you do not understand, the man said. They can share thoughts, memories, feelings. It is like nothing I have ever felt. They are not just animals. One by one, the wolves moved among Ta's team. Each time they touched someone, that person's face changed. Some looked amazed. Some looked sad. Some even had tears. Stop this, Ta ordered. But his team was not listening to him anymore. The telepathic connection that the wolves had made with the outpost workers was now spreading to Ta's team. Soon, almost all of them had felt the touch of wolf thoughts. Ta backed away, looking worried for the first time. This is mind control. Some kind of trick. It is not a trick, He-Jin said. It is understanding. They share their truth with us, and we can share ours with them. Suddenly, a new alarm sounded. Everyone looked up. The tyranny ship, Suk said, checking her small computer. It is coming faster than we thought. It will be here by morning. Ta looked confused. The tyranny? What do they have to do with this? They made these wolves, He-Jin explained. Made them to be weapons. But the wolves would not kill on command, so the tyranny left them to die. Now they are coming back to finish what they started. The tyranny ship landed as the sun rose over the moon. It was smaller than the company ship but looked more dangerous. It had weapons on its sides that could destroy the whole outpost. Everyone waited at the landing area. He-Jin and Suk stood in front. Nari and her pups stood with them. Behind them were all the people from the outpost and Ta-Jun with his team. They had talked all night about what to do. Remember, He-Jin said to everyone, let Nari and her family make the first move. They know what to do. The tyranny ship opened. 5 tyranny came out. They looked like tall bugs standing on 2 legs. They had hard shells and 4 arms. Their faces had big eyes and moving mouth parts. They carried weapons. The tyranny leader spoke in a clicking, buzzing voice. A small machine on its arm made the sounds into human words. "We have come for the failed experiments," the tyranny said. "Stand aside, humans. This is not your concern." "They are not failed experiments," Heijin said. "They are thinking beings with their own minds, and they have asked for our help." The tyranny leader made an angry sound. "They were made to serve us, to fight for us, not to think for themselves. But they do think," Suk said, "and feel, and they can share those thoughts and feelings with us." The tyranny raised their weapons. "If you will not give them to us, we will take them, and anyone who tries to stop us will die." It looked like there would be a fight, but then Duri, now almost as big as his mother, stepped forward. He looked at the tyranny leader without fear. "Stay back," the leader said. But Duri did not stop. He walked right up to the tyranny leader, and before anyone could stop him, he touched his head to the leader's arm. For a long moment, nothing happened. The tyranny stood very still. The other tyranny pointed their weapons at Duri, but did not shoot. Then the leader made a strange sound. It was like a gasp of surprise. The leader stepped back, its big eyes wider than before. "What did you do to me?" the leader asked Duri. But Duri did not answer. Now Mary came forward. She looked at the leader, then at all the other tyranny. One by one, the wolves went to each tyranny. Each one touched a tyranny with their head. Each time, the tyranny stood very still, then stepped back with a look of wonder. "What is happening?" Tajun asked Heijin. "They are sharing more than just their own thoughts now," Heijin said. "They are sharing all our thoughts, the combined minds of everyone here, humans and wolves together." The tyranny leader turned to face them all. Its voice sounded different now, less hard, less sure. "This is why they were deemed failures," the leader said slowly. "They do not just feel. They make others feel. They connect minds in a way we did not plan." "Is that so bad?" Heijin asked. "For us, yes," the tyranny said. "We do not share feelings. We do not join minds. It is not our way." Tajun stepped forward. He had not let the wolves touch him before. But now he seemed to understand something. "I think I see now," he said. "This is not about weapons or experiments. This is about something new. A bridge between different kinds of minds." "Yes," Heijin said. "That is what Neri showed me. Not a weapon to be used, but a gift to be shared." In the days that followed, everything changed. The tyranny did not try to take the wolves. Instead, they agreed to talk with the humans. Tajun did not try to take them for the company either. He saw something bigger, more important than weapons. Outpost Epsilon became a special place. The first place where 3 different kinds of thinking beings lived and worked together. The wolves, who called themselves the Nari now after their brave mother, were not pets or tools. They were friends and helpers. They helped the humans and tyranny understand each other better. With the wolves' help, the 2 groups could share not just words but feelings and deeper thoughts. Word spread. Other humans came to meet the Nari wolves. Other tyranny came too, and then other kinds of beings from other worlds. The Nari wolves had pups of their own. These new pups were even better at sharing thoughts than their parents. They could join minds with almost any kind of thinking being. Heijin watched it all with wonder and pride. One day, 5 years after he had found Nari chained to that old ship, he sat with her on a hill looking at the new, bigger buildings of what was now called Mind Bridge Station. "Did you know it would be like this?" he asked her. "When you first showed me your visions." Nari did not need to touch him now to share her thoughts. Their minds had been linked so many times that they could talk without touching. "I saw pieces," her thoughts came to him. "A new way, a joining. But I did not see how big it would grow." Below them, beings from a dozen worlds walked and talked and worked together. In the play area, Nari's grandpups were teaching new human children how to share simple thoughts. The tyranny wanted killers, Heijin said, but they made peacemakers instead. Neri's thoughts felt warm in his mind. Sometimes the best things are mistakes. A ship was landing. More visitors coming to learn about the mine bridges. Hajin and Neri walked down to meet them. What do you think they hoped to learn? Hajin asked. Neri's answer was simple but deep. That we are all different, but we can all understand each other if we try. That, Hajin thought, was the real gift the Neri had brought to the galaxy. Not just the ability to share thoughts, but the proof that understanding across the stars was possible.